Flory Models, I'm Philip Flory. Kit review time. Today we've got Kinetic's 1/48 scale. This is the Mirage 3E with lots of different versions which we'll talk about during the build. Lovely box art on the front, as you can see there, whipping through the Alps, as you can imagine. We've got little things down here. We've got sky art. Looks like they've done the actual Decals design and they've been printed by Cartographed. So very good from that point of view. Usual thing, we've got a little bit of blurb about the actual Mirage itself. And then we've got down here, you've got your kit number, which is K48050. Okay, a little bit more on that side and about again there. So this guy is sealed, so we just need to whip him open. Okay, down the side. Wow, okay, as you can see, absolutely stuffed full of plastic. Very nice, it looks like we're all separately bagged. Got a good old load of plastic down in here, so we're just going to dive straight down and grab the bits. Okay, so usual thing with the old instructions. It's papery, it's kinetic, always a bit like this, don't worry about it too much. Quite grainy image and everything else like that, but you got the parts call out, which is quite nice here because it's saying about like item, you know, blah blah blah, is the nose for the Mark 3E O nose, the RS nose. So some nice little things down there. As you can see, colour call outs, bits and pieces down here, and everything else. So as you can see, pretty detailed the way it goes through. Very nice clear instructions. It talks about the different seats for the different things and different panels, because obviously this has got multiple types. You've got the reconnaissance bird and the normal, comes with both noses, things like that in there. So generally we have to run it on the side. As you can see, you've got all the systems going down in there. Looks like you've got full length intakes, which is quite a nice touch. Nice cockpit area, things like that. We've got the burner ring there. Putting it all together, getting them down on there, getting the intakes on the sides and everything else. Remembering there's lots of options on there, so you need to remember you've got the right parts in. So it might be worth popping ahead during the build and marking which is the ones you're going to be using. Speed brake systems, obviously you can have them, I presume, deployed or not, down on there, and then putting this lovely delta wing onto the actual fuselage. Depending if you're going for the in-flight pose or if you're going to be going gear down, so you have got the options on there, which is quite nice. And then same with the main gear again, obviously talking about the different bottom between the reconnaissance bird and the non-reconnaissance versions. Okay, and then generally as you're making your way down, you can see you've got everything very nicely, cleanly laid out, talking about the various different areas on how these things are going to go together. Your scoops, the nose, obviously it's completely different nose for the R and the RD versus the EO versions, as you can see down there. Then we're straight to your weapons. So obviously, as you imagine, you've got your French magic missiles, as well as your Sidewinders, okay, your rocket pods and your AS-30s. Okay, and then talking about fitting them on where and when, and then obviously you've got all the sort of flapper-on control surfaces to go on there, which is quite nice because obviously you can somewhat pose them. I don't think the place it has, you have got posable surfaces. Then into your marking. So as I say, you've got these nice metal finishes right the way through to your camo versions, as you can see down here. It's a shame they're not in colour. Okay, and then right the way through, so you've got some different stuff down here. So we've got the Australian Air Force One. Okay, and then carrying on with the themes right the way around, as you can see, some very nice schemes down in there just like that. The decals, as we know, have been designed and then printed for probably one of the best European companies for decals, and as you can see they are beautifully done. No problem with those at all, absolutely gorgeous, all of those. Some very nice decals, very clean, very crisp. It's just that when you look across the colour, it's all universal, it's just one, beautifully done. Okay, so kit itself, very nice separate bags, and they have these self-sealing bags which are quite nice until you try and get things back in them. Okay, so as we can see, looking at the plastic, it looks very thin. If I'm honest, this is very, very thin, very, very flexible, even down here like this, okay? But it has got softly, I wouldn't say it was sharp, I'd say it's quite soft, moulded panel line and riveting detail, as you can see down on these. Hopefully you can get some light on there. There we go, as you can see them. They're a little bit deep, probably a little bit thick, than I would have liked, but generally they're okay. The riveting detail again is a little bit size of your thumb, I think, in scale, things like that. We've got sink marks running through, which I assume which are from the inside. You can see those just faintly coming through right the way down. Anytime there's these bars, you can see a sink mark on the other side. Again, not brilliant, but you know, as you said, it's very much a sort of a kit where you can do a lot with it. Okay, so you've got different options, things like that. Not too bad, just a little bit soft perhaps. Okay, and then sorry, inside here you've got nothing really going on with any of that. It's pretty plain. Okay, big old sprue. Big old bag. Right, okay, so as you can see, it does blend itself very, very well, the actual Mirages, because they have loads of rivets, and you can see it, lots of it down under here. Some nice detail down in these wheel wells, absolutely gorgeous down there. The gun packs themselves showing through, they've actually got the flash eliminators on it already, and the muzzle brakes on there. Quite nice touch. You've got a nice curve as well, you can probably see it down here. There's quite a complex curve on those for the actual control surfaces on the back, and on the tops of the wings again some nice gentle details, things like that. And to say, these control surfaces are all very nicely done, no problem at all. Okay, you've got a little bit of strengthening work going through, and luckily it hasn't got any sink marks on it. That would be my worry, but generally I think it would be one of those things, if you're going to do the metal look or any type of one, because it's got this nice riveting stuff all over it, it's going to give a great detail. Washes are going to love it. Okay, so into the more complex parts. So down in here you've got gear, seats, various things like that. So if we just have a look at sprue 1 first, you can see unfortunately we've got big old ejector pin marks in the intake, and we've got some mold burn there, but it's come off, that's alright. Okay, you're not going to see it, it's too far down inside, but it would have been nice if it was nicely smoothed out. There's the internal one, some very nice jobs in there. Nice detail on the seats, some great work there. I hate these wheels, I absolutely detest having them split, two hubs with that. You know, let's face it, you've got to glue it together to put it on the thing, so it's not even saving you from not painting the hub. I don't like those at all, as you might guess. Lots of sink marks down in this guy down here. You can catch that in the light there. As you can see, not brilliant at all. Just a little bit organic. Okay, it's nice we haven't got any ejector pin marks in any of the detailed areas though. Things like that, that's pretty good. No weight on wheels or anything else like that. So this guy down here, you've got obviously the different types of the instrument panels, all the different versions of the instrument panels, as you can imagine, just down there. We've got the little canards just down here, quite nicely done. These pylons all in there, a little bit of sink mark in the sides of the pylons as well. Sorry, it's not the pylons, the actual activators for the control surfaces. Working our way through some of the small parts, nicely done. All of these very nicely cast, no problems with that, no mismolds, anything out of toward, nothing out of place, no problems. And again, some nice detail inside these wheel wells. So you know, it's a kit of two halves, this one. We've got some nasty bits and some very nice bits. Okay, so this is what we talked about by all the different noses and things like that in these particular kits. So this is what you're going to get. Okay, so cockpit tub actually doesn't look too bad at all. That's actually a very nice tub there. Some nice details down there, some nice raised details and everything else. So this is the front area, I suppose, underneath the pilot's feet, if you like, the different domey bits on the front, and then you've got the spinal bits at the back there, as you can see. So that's all your different versions of the actual thing, and they've all got nice riveting detail, very fine. Actually, this is finer detail on these than that's actually on the fuselage. Okay, so that's not too bad at all. Then you got down here, so we've got the different types of front on it. So down here you've got the thing for the cameras, okay, different versions all over it, and then we've got the normal sort of pointy nose version down there as well. So that's all your different versions. Okay. Then down into your weapony things, which tend to be a bit generic. Okay. Okay, so nice fuel tank. Actually, I do love that. Very nice. It's got two textures. You've got rough texture, smooth, rough, smooth. Gives it a very nice three-dimensional look to that fuel tank. Absolutely lovely. The pylons, again, extremely crisp. The panel line detail and the riveting detail on these are better than the actual aircraft itself. Okay, this is a lot finer. Some nice detail on all of these. We've got the magic missiles down here again. Very nice, very clean, very crisp. And as I say, you've got different textures and different areas, things like that, which makes them very nice indeed. Okay, match pair, just the same for the other side. And then down in here, so clear your plastic down in here. Standard, so you've got your retarded or the drag version of the Mark 82s. Some nice details in there. We've got the sway braces going down, and we've got a MIA or a multi ejector rack system for the 6 for the actual bomb, so that's quite a nice touch. And then down in here, okay, so got your Sidewinders, a little bit clunky, not very sharp, quite softly moulded. The rocket pods themselves, some of the little pylons, little bits and pieces, a little bit mismoulded. These little sway braces down here, I'm sorry, not mismoulded, but very flashy in their nature. They're not very nice at all. These smaller little slick fuel tanks, you know, they're okay, they're absolutely fine. Just a little bit down. Okay, last up, the clear parts, which are fantastic, no problem with these at all. So this is your glass work for obviously for the reconnaissance nose down at the front, but the canopy itself, you've got very fine detail. The only thing is masking it may be a problem because there's not actually a step all the way around on the main part, but it is beautifully clear, no problem with that whatsoever. And all the other teeny weeny little bits there, absolutely fine. No problem with any of those at all, not even anything you would worry about at all. They're absolutely crystal clear, those clear parts, so that's really nice to see. So there we go, that is, if you are a French Delta Wing, Mirage fan, something else like that, this is definitely the kit for you. You've got lots of options in that kit, lots of different versions you can do there, so it's sort of, you know, wrapped up a lot of different versions all in one. So definitely a kit for the Mirage fan.